Took a break-even trade today that wasn't like most of my break-even trades, but it's a really good learning example of the difference between going break-even when the market tells you to go break-even versus going break-even because you're scared of losing a trade. So, big picture going into the day, I am bullish, right? We have come down into OTE of this zone here. We're delivering out of these fair value gaps. We see a really nice rejection. We have a V-shaped recovery on the 4-hour, and it looks like we're going to invert this 4-hour fair value gap, potentially even get a change in the state of delivery on that 4-hour right here, and then we had this clear external liquidity as our first target, and potentially going back to those all-time highs, or finally targeting those all-time highs on NQ that ES has already taken out. So going into the day, we zoom in, and we're waiting really for this 4-hour fair value gap to get inverted. So what ends up happening is 9 a.m. shows up and that fair value gap gets inverted. But if we look at the 4-hour, we reject from the change in the state. So, So the 4-hour gets inverted here, but the rejection out of the change in the state can't be ignored. So even though we've now inversed bearish order flow, we still have a change in the state that got smacked down nearly 100 points when it tried to cross over. So I can't be fully bullish with that price action in play. So what I'm waiting for now is I can justify some kind of short if we're able to take out London high, which in this instance also acted as a, let's jump down to the 1 minute, also acted as internal liquidity on this external move. So So we've taken this previous day high, we're delivering out of this 30-minute, and we've put in, we've still left behind this internal high here, which is also London high. So London high on its own is a draw of liquidity, and now it's an internal high as part of this larger model. So I think anyone who's going short here is essentially going to get trapped, which is exactly what happens. We come back and we sweep out that internal high. Now I'm looking for shorts. But my short, let's zoom back out here, is going to happen, let's clean this up, at a change in the state here with my London low as my break even. So now the only opportunity I have for a short is going to be a negative RR trade. So I don't want to take that trade. Plus, at this time, we're right around, we're 15 minutes until that 10 a.m. 4-hour is going to close, and I need to see whether or not it's going to be respected or get inverted. Because if it doesn't get inverted, then I'm shorting into bullish order flow, and I don't want to do that. So still no trade for me. Waiting. The market doesn't really give me anything I love in terms of opportunity until we get down here. Now, zoom in a 30-second, and you've got a really clean move here. You've swept liquidity, basically put in a form of turtle soup. We've put in this SMT with ES, had a very clean singular fair value gap on the 30-second chart, and have a change in the state of delivery with very clear liquidity above us and a nice risk to reward. So New York high is our initial target, and then we can hold runners to this external liquidity all the way up here if we want to. So what ends up happening? Well, we start chopping quite aggressively. Now, at this point, my play no longer looks that great, right? When I see a sweep of liquidity, an SMT, delivering out of a fair value gap, get a higher time frame, get an inversion on the 30-second in this case, and a change in the state delivery, I want to see price efficiently move to my target, right? I have everything I need to enter. Now I want to see it move to target. My break even was going to be right here, and then I managed the trade accordingly. We came down, we tested the fair value gap, totally normal. It can be expected, right? It's good. Come back, test, and then take off. No problems there. Not only that, we put in this great BPR when we did come down here, right? So now we've come down, put in another fair value gap, inverted that again. Man, this is looking good for us. But then the chop starts. And I'm saying to myself, this is not good price action. Good price action and good trading is probability over certainty, right? We're never 100% certain that our trade is going to work out. We can only be more probable than not that they will in fact play to our take profit. And when you start seeing like chop like this, the probability goes down. So at this point, I actually, when we took this high here, I went break even. Because to me, if the market is going to continue to chop and play games like this, I don't want to be a part of it. This now, to me, looks like a 50-50 trade, right? And that's throwing darts. That my edge is essentially gone. And so I don't want to be in this trade if it doesn't move aggressively. And so I went break even here, got knocked out, and then we continued to mess around, right? Nothing good really happened. More chop, more chop. Technically, again, we would have hit my actual break even right here, which is where I would have gone break even if the play was clean. But it never would have hit my TP, and I ultimately would have gotten stopped out here had I not gone break even when I did. So this was a responsible break even move, right? I entered with the data that I had here. Market looks clean, come down, sweep of liquidity, SMT, invert, change in the state, enter, clean momentum, clear targets above. Right now, I'm thinking, great, this is a good trade. I'm gonna let it do its thing. When the market's thing starts becoming noise and barcoding like this, the market doesn't know what it wants to do. And if the market doesn't know what it wants to do, why should I assume that I do? I have to unmarry myself from my bias, look at the data that the market is now presenting me, and make another decision. And in this case, that decision was, let's protect my capital. The market's not doing what I want. Even if it does go to my target at this point, this isn't a good trade. I don't want to be in this anymore. So I'm getting out. And sure enough, it saved me. So this wasn't me going break even because we came up here, had a little pullback, and I freaked out and went break even, or came here, and then I tried to take all my profits because I lost faith in it hitting its TP. No, this is natural market movement. This is fine. But if you go break even during these conditions, you're really just, you're out of fear that you're moving that to break even, right? That's not responsible trading. That's not what this was. This was clear noise in the market telling me to get out, and I listened. So break even for the day, took everything on live, called all this in real time, saved everybody from a pretty gnarly day. It looks like most people took losses today, so happy to be in the minority of people who managed to trade responsibly and took a break even for the day. Check out the link below to join me in the lives. Come say hello. Check it out.